Hey YouTube, it's your fashion curator Ebony, keeping you updated on spiffy looks and catering to all things fashion and lifestyle. So I'm back with another video, but for this video we are talking about our body types and how to dress for them. The first body type we are going to talk about today is the pear shape. It's formerly known as the triangle shape, but I feel like the triangle is much more harsh lines where our body, especially women, we have just more of a softer curve to us. So for the pear shape, you'll have like a something like this going on. But it starts off with a more narrow shoulders. Your waist is going to be a little bit wider than your top half shoulder part, the bust area. And then your rear is going to be the widest part on you. So for that shape, it is best to, if we're going to start from head to toe, the tops, you can pretty much go anywhere with it. Since you have a narrow type of more feminine type soft upper body, the best looks for you are the cow neck. So if it gathers up kind of more in the front of you, you can do off the shoulders. You can really go crazy with bold prints and colors just because you don't have to hide certain areas when it comes to the top part of you. So when we are dressing for our body type, it's all about accentuating and highlighting and maybe taking some of the focus off from certain parts of the body. So in no way, shape, or form are we disgusted or we just don't like any parts of our body, because we are all about body positivity and embracing what we have. But it's the little tricks and nicks and crannies that you can do to make your body just feel a little bit more presentable if you're not the most confident about it. So moving on down to the waist and the rear area. For jeans, the only thing with the pear shape is because you have more of a wider bottom, you want to make sure that you're staying more of the darker prints. So if we're having jeans, maybe having like, instead of the light blue wash, then we're having the dark wash. And especially if you are having more of a loud or fun pattern top, you want to kind of keep it balanced and proportioned. Also for dresses, pear shapes can pretty much do anything. As far as A-line dresses, those are a perfect thing because it accentuates your body and kind of keeps that natural curve that you have to yourself. You can also do mid-length dresses, but have the dress or the skirt stop a little bit below your knees so that way it elongates your leg. Chopping you off and having it right above your knee, it's just going to make you look a little bit more shorter and stumpier, and we don't want that. Moving on to accessories, if you want to kind of broaden out your shoulders just a little bit, just so you are more proportioned to the bottom half of you, you can have more of the chunkier necklines for necklaces, and just kind of keep that proportion so that way we're focusing on widening this out. So then that way it's kind of like not such a dramatic difference in between the top half of you and the bottom half. So the next body type we're going to talk about is the hourglass. It is obviously the most ideal body shape that all women want to have. So the hourglass shape is mostly when your top half and your bottom half is semi-proportionate and your waist is slender. So we'll have, that type of shape. So with that, you also want to make sure that you are keeping with the natural curve and rhythm of your body. So we're not trying to make you look frumpy. So more of the oversized things, you can still play it off, but you just have to make sure that the height wise and where it falls down on your body, you're not looking like you're wearing a muumuu. And with those oversized things, it takes nothing but just to add a small belt onto it and bring in and then accentuate your waist and your back to looking how you looked before. So going again from head to toe, talking about more of the tops, the main highlight for you would be a V-neck, because you can't really see it on me because I'm wearing a scoop neck, but a V-neck shirt, it highlights your neck, so it makes your neck just look a little bit longer and just adds a couple of more inches to you, not making you look like a giraffe, but it just makes you have a nice slender approach. So having more V-neck things, and if you are having V-neck, highlighting it by having like a simple pendant necklace, it draws your eyes strictly to that, but not too far in the cleavage, but just having more of like a visual when you're looking at your outfit. So getting into jackets, a bomb I feel like that's kind of play on words, but a bomb jacket style for you are crop jackets and bomber jackets. Because it has a natural cinched in waist and scrunched up material on bomber jackets, it naturally hits your body and falls right on the body to where your waist would come in. So it just automatically works with that. So bomber jackets, crop jackets definitely work for you. But if you do want something smaller, a trench coat, because it has that belt, and again, it's going to keep and follow that same direction and curvature of your body. For jeans in your bottom half, definitely fitted jumpsuits are definitely the way to go, because you have such a smaller waist and proportioned up top half and bottom half. It naturally just looks good on you. You don't have to do too much as far as like hiding this or covering that and highlighting this part. With the jumpsuit, you can't hide too much. So it kind of works if you have an hourglass. It just naturally fits pretty well on you. But still, going with the jeans look, you don't have to, you can wear just a regular pair of jeans as far as if they're skinny or if they're boot cut or if they're flare. You can have some leeway if you want to do low rise or high rise. You kind of can do a lot with it. The only thing that we will try to not do too much and over accessorize is if we have jeans that have like really large seams going down or extra pockets for the cargo look. Because you have that natural kind of hourglass shape, you don't have to do too much to try to create that volume and that extraness down here. So just be mindful of that so that you're not doing too much with your overall silhouette. Okay, so the third body type is the inverted triangle, but again, not really going towards triangle shapes because they're so boxy. It is the apple shape. So go like this. So with this shape, your waist is not that defined. Your shoulders are going to be a little bit more wider than your hips. But for the most part, you're generally proportioned. Just a little bit more proportioned than the hourglass. As far as everything kind of be similar, but you just don't have as a defined waist as with the hourglass. And for your bottom half, you're not as curvy as the hourglass shape. So with this, don't be afraid or fret that you can't have that same type of snatched in look that you want. You just got to work it a different way. So to do that, instead of going on the types of tops, I'll say more of the fabric. So linen, silk shirts, they soften up your shape so that it's not as broad and out. It also works with a V-neck with the hourglass too, because it's drawing the attention to more inwards than outwards. So it's slimming the top portion of you. So an upside for an apple shape, because you are more broader on the top half, ponchos look very, very good on you because it doesn't swallow you up. That's something that if you aren't the most positive about the actual shape of your body, a poncho is a good way of not covering you up but hiding certain pieces of you. So you can do that without looking like a moo-moo or you're just swallowed up in a clothing. So that is a big, big, big thing that you can do with that. And ponchos, if you haven't seen them, they're more of updated now and a lot more stylish than what you're probably thinking. So as far as dresses, if you had a maxi dress and it's strapless, that would be the best look for you. Now, understand that not everybody is as comfortable as having their complete shoulders and neck out. But if you are, it will look absolutely amazing on you. It softens up your shape and it gives you more of just a feminine, softer approach onto your body. So if you're, again, not as comfortable as having your neck out and your shoulders, it works for covering some of the parts in the stomach that we just don't want to be shown. So a maxi strapless dress is the way to go. So if you get out this summer and you have an apple shaped body, that is your go-to dress and you will look elegant every single time. So moving straight on to the bottom half in jeans. The type of jeans that you should look forward to is skinny jeans, because you are having more of a flowy or silk top. It would work if you have a more structured bottom. So if you're having, again, that silk blouse and you're like tucking it in on one side and having a pair of skinny jeans and you want to crop it, looks completely elegant. If you are going to crop the jeans, I always say try to throw on a heel just so it doesn't take away from your height too much. But those two things paired together, it gives you a nice balanced look. So that way you look effortless and you're hiding certain parts that you don't want to be seen, but accentuating the parts that you do want to be seen. So the fourth and last body type is a rectangle. If you are more athletic, or if you just weren't born with super curvy hips or a super slim waist, this is more where your body type would fall under. So with this rectangle athletic build, you just have to work just a little bit harder to find pieces that soften you up and really accentuate pieces and make it kind of look like you have more of a smaller waist or a fuller bust or a wider rear, whatever the case may be. So to do that, we're going to start off with it. So for your tops, your power pieces are halter necks. So that will be one of these and crisscross in the back. The racer back, it accentuates your shoulders, so it softens those out because you have these colors or these prints or whatever the fabric is around this part of your neck. So again, bringing more attention here and less for how stripped and broad your shoulders are. For your bottoms, if you have a kind of, again, more square off, not as cinched in waist, high-waisted might feel a little weird on you just because it's not really giving you that shape. But if you find something with a little bit of a stretch, you could probably work with that. You can also work with leggings and skinny jeans because you have more of a slimmer build to you. For your jeans, high-waisted jeans can be a little of a hit or miss with it, just because you want to make sure that your midsection is being curved out, and with the high-waisted jeans, just pulling them straight up, if they don't have a lot of stretch to it, then it will still cater to more of just a boxier frame, which you don't want that. But if you want to make yourself seem a little bit taller, then having the flared out jeans with your more structured up and down body, it adds more to the extra and flare to give you more of a curved out look. You can also do trousers and skinny jeans because, again, your body is a little bit more athletic. It automatically just looks good because you have a more slimmer build. For dresses, always play up to your bust, so having more of a push-up bra or just the dresses with more cuppage in it, it kind of gives, again, to more of a softer, more feminine look if you don't have the biggest bust. But the biggest thing that I can say that works for rectangle bodies is jumpsuits. Again, kind of pairing more with the apple shape, I believe. The jumpsuits, especially with an open back, it accentuates so much. I don't think people know the sexiness of a woman's back and the natural curves of it. It has such a subtle sex appeal to it that's not doing overboard with like enormous amounts of cleavage or like super shorts or skirts. So playing to that factor of it, because you have more of an athletic build and probably a slimmer back, accentuating that part goes 1,000 miles. So we just went over the 4 body types. That is apple, pear, hourglass, and rectangle. If you fall into those 4, or you could be a mixture of both or more than one, that's always a possibility. So with that, you just have to play more onto your body types. Again, going to maybe, instead of a skinny pair of jeans, maybe a boot cut, maybe a flare. For your tops, instead of having them stop strictly at your waistline or right above your jeans, maybe having them just an inch or so longer can play towards getting your midriff a little shorter or a little longer. So with clothing, it's all a trial and error and just finding out what works for you. In this video, you know we had to end it with a style cam so you can see what I'm wearing full body and know where I got it from. So we're just gonna hop right into that. you all learned a lot from this and it wasn't too long. But if you want to see more videos, then you definitely have to keep liking, commenting, and subscribing, turning on my post notification bell, and sharing this with so many others. So until later, in the next videos, I'm your fashion curator, Ebony, signing out.